All new only tonight on WHAS 11 News. Coming down harder on crime has been a hot topic in Frankfort this legislative session. But investments in police presence and incarceration could mean heavier workloads on the way for public defenders. It's happening at the same time the state is absorbing the Louisville Public Defender's Office. Our Focus investigator John Charlton is explaining why the current proposed investment in that transition is still a work in progress.
On every level, busy is the Hall of Justice. In and out, and then back in again. Attorneys bounce from courtroom to courtroom, especially if they are.
I do know that he's good for showing up to court.
Louisville Public Defenders.
We just need a little bit more time.
When Focus first dove into the overwhelming caseloads they carry.
You know, we have anywhere from 240 to 300 cases.
Back in March, these two we spoke with.
Sometimes I am working more than 60 hours a week. I make about $18 an hour.
Had much to complain about.
We pay for our parking out of our paycheck.
But things are changing.
DPA is paying for parking. There won't be free hours. They won't be working extra without seeing a benefit.
DPA, the Department of Public Advocacy, is taking over the Louisville office, the last independently operating one in the state, which is also by far the largest one.
I think we're on track.
Public Advocate Damon Preston will be in charge starting July 1st. It's been his job to lead the transition, and that includes securing the funding needed to afford absorbing Louisville's public defenders and staff.
We needed $11.2 million.
That's exactly what he's getting in House Bill 6, the proposed.
We are very appreciative of that.
Budget, but
a complication is that since September, some of those costs have gone up.
In December, Preston says, all state attorneys, public defenders included, got a much-needed 10% raise. That means a raise would be in order for those incoming Louisville public defenders.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not on par with what their state counterparts are making.
If it's more, if it's less, then they will maintain their salary in Louisville. Nobody takes a pay cut.
Funding needs further adjusting as the legislature is considering another 4% pay increase for fiscal year 2025, which starts July 1st, the very day Louisville public defenders start with DPA.
In FY25, our needs are $400,000 additional dollars. That will cover the higher starting attorney salaries and the first year pay increase of 4%.
Then on top of that, a 2% pay bump being proposed for fiscal year 2026.
And so we would need an additional $600,000 in the second year.
While the move to DPA certainly comes with benefits, the state benefits will be different, but better for the most part, according to Preston. He figures it'll take between $5 and $7 million to move Louisville public defenders and staff into the state retirement plan.
They've been doing state work all along. And so to treat them fairly would be to allow them to have credit in state retirement for those years there. Given the support that the legislature has shown us without exception, I expect that they'll be receptive and that they'll fund this additional need that we have.
The Louisville Public Defender's Office is supposed to have 129 employees, but Preston says there are currently only 97 or 98. With the $11.2 million currently earmarked for the transition to the Department of Public Advocacy, Preston says he expects to fill the vacant positions. John Charlton, WHAS 11, on your side.
Well, the proposed budget in House Bill number 6 includes almost $28 million for the prosecutorial system. The money in part would provide raises and more positions in the Commonwealth's attorney and the county attorney's offices. However, there is no new funding to add more state public defenders.